Okay, so your Hawk 250 won't start. Mine won't start either, and I'm going to show you why. So, as you can see, the dash turns on, the light turns on, and when I try to start the bike, I hear this noise. Where's that coming from? That's coming from your starter relay, if it sounds anything like that. Now, what you also could do is you could check these little bottle fuses right here. You see, they give you a little spare one, and nope, that fuse is completely fine, so it's not that. So, I'm pretty sure that it's the starter relay, because, I mean, it's a relatively cheap part. They go all the time, even on really nice bikes. But we want to check to see if the starter is okay. Let's check to see if the starter is okay. For this next step, you're going to want to peel this grommet back, and you're going to want to peel this grommet back. So once you've got these two peeled back, this is the ground and this is the ignition on your starter relay. They go straight to your starter to start your bike. So to test this, make sure your motorcycle's on. I'm going to use this wrench to bridge the gap. Please make sure you wear a rubber glove or you will be electrocuted. This is going to test if the starter relay is bad. So bridge this gap, and fair warning, there's going to be sparks. So, it's not the starter, it's the starter relay, because once you manually close the circuit yourself, it tries to start the bike. Something inside of there is not closing the circuit itself, so let's get ourselves a new starter relay. Okay, this is your starter relay. I picked this up on Amazon for only $8. It's what we're going to be sticking on our motorcycle here. All a starter relay is, it's an electromagnet. It opens and closes a circuit. If you didn't have this, then your starter would just be connected directly to the battery, and every time you turn your gauge cluster on, it would immediately try to start the bike. This just gives you the freedom to start it whenever you want. So I believe this is going to be our fix. Okay, locate your starter relay. Mine's right here. Be very careful when you're uninstalling this to not touch both of these at the same time, because what you're going to do is you're going to end up completing a circuit with yourself and you'll get shocked. So take a 10mm and uninstall the ground, then your ignition. And when these come off, don't let these two leads touch. Like that. So again, not letting the leads touch, keep the ground separate from the positive, and then disconnect this right here. Okay, take your new starter relay out of the box. I cut these old shields off of the ground and off of the positive terminal, because this one actually comes with a new shield that goes over it. Plus they bother me anyways. Take it out, slide your shield back, and you're going to begin installation. So go ahead and then put your positive terminal on. Then thread these two locking nuts. They should be 10mm as well. Make sure they're nice and tight. Not crazy tight, but like, you know, nice and tight. Then I'm going to slide my shield over these. Tidy it up a little bit after installation, but I want to see if it works first, if this is our fix. And then take this that goes to your starter and the one that goes to your relay and clip it just like that. The model number that I have in the description for this should be the exact one for this Hawk. This is the one that I bought, so that's the one I'm including in the description. Alright, turn your bike on. Let's see if this fixes it. So that was my fix and it worked perfectly fine. Other things that can keep you from starting it could be very commonly, it's a bad battery. I mean, replacing it with a newer battery, especially one that's not the one that comes with its stock, can fix so many things. Very rarely is it your starter. Thus far, I've never had to replace a starter out of a Hawk. But, I mean, it can happen, but in my opinion, it's a lot more rare than these other simple procedures. These motors are pretty tough, so before you go into any expensive fixes that might not entirely be necessary, I would highly suggest looking at your starter relay, the battery, bump starting the bike, maybe giving it a jump to see if it's, before you buy a battery, to see if it is the battery, or You might have just done something silly and left the kill switch on, which happens to the best of us.